Hello, a very good afternoon and welcome to Love Talk. And there is this trend that is coming up right now that is gaining momentum where there are some couples, actually couples who are celebrities, who are choosing to get married before they become intimate, before they have sex. And we wanted to talk about this and to explore this subject.
And see, well, I hope they're telling the truth, first of all, but if they are, let's see what they think. I've got very nice, well, very interesting quotes here to read.
And actually, we will have a couple who will be here with us today, a young couple who will be getting married at the end of this week. Actually, by the time we air this show on Saturday, they will be married. And they chose to wait until the day of their marriage. So it's going to be very interesting. And I mean, there are a few people in the public eye that chose to wait. I mean, I love sports. I'm a fan of sports. And people like Kaká, the football player, you know, a great football player, he was quite public about the fact that he chose to wait for marriage before he was intimate with his wife. I think David Luiz, who's playing for Chelsea, also.
I have no idea of who these people are.
Right?
It's just football.
It's okay. That's why we are different, right?
But yes, carry on, go on with your football.
And I mean, it seems like although there are people who do this in society, in our communities, it's good to know that they are celebrities who see the benefits in this.
Yes, we have one called AC Green. He's an NBA player, and look at what he said. Remaining celibate was the best decision for me to have a level of self-confidence to reach career goals and on and off the court.
Right.
So it was very important for him to remain that way because it gave him lots of confidence in regards to his work. So that's interesting.
And I just want to make a point here that we are not having a go at anybody who, you know, if you chose not to wait, we're not having a go at you. We are merely exploring a topic here. You know, it's like science. Science, until they think they can come up with facts, they say, this is a hypothesis, this is there's a chance that this could be beneficial for you. Now, this is what we found out. You make your own decision. And this is the point of this show today. We're not here to say, we're right, you're wrong. We're just merely exploring something.
And also, we are also kind of celebrating a good trend from Hollywood. I mean, that's quite positive because usually they are known as having a lot of breakups amongst, you know, themselves. No one is ever, you know, with their partner for too long. I mean, there are exceptions, very few. So it is a good trend.
It's a good change.
Want to know more about this?
Absolutely. Now, here's what Elena and I did last week. I hate taking pictures. I hate smiling for the camera on pictures. But I thought, you know, we live in one of the most beautiful cities and vibrant cities in the world, London. Why not do a photo shoot in London? Why not go to some of the most special landmarks and take some nice pictures? And you don't need, so we got a photographer to come with us. You don't need to do that. You can just take a camera. Actually, one of the most famous photographers in the world said that the best camera is the one you carry with you. So no matter how bad your camera is, that's the perfect camera for the moment. Have a look how our photo shoot went. Hello, Love Talk. We've taken a couple of hours today to walk through one of the most beautiful cities in the world, London. And we have amazing, beautiful landmarks here. We decided to do a little bit of a photo shoot, right?
Yes, actually a bit more than a couple of hours. Bring some comfy shoes with you. But yes, we are having a good time. Indeed.
The idea is that, you know, there's a famous quote that says that the best camera in the world is the one you have with you at that moment. So whether you use your mobile phone, whether you get a friend of yours to come and get some good pictures of you, whether you do a professional photo shoot, you know, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. So get some nice pictures of you and your partner. I'm sure you're going to remember that for a long time. Let's go and get some pictures done. finished our walk through London in our photo shoot, and get out there, make the most of where you are, get some pictures to remember some special moments between you and your partner. Doesn't have to be a professional camera, just enjoy yourselves. We had a wonderful time, right?
Indeed. If you don't have a camera, maybe you have a friend who likes to take photos. Why don't you call him? Maybe you'll get some nice shots. I'm pretty sure you will. And you know, they were saying that it was going to rain today, but look, beautiful day, typical of British weather, isn't it? And we had indeed a great time together.
Welcome back. This was our lovely day out.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed myself.
Excellent suggestion on our trip for 2 segment of this week. Anyway, I would like to remind our viewers at home that you can take part in the show by leaving your comments on our Facebook page, Twitter. You can also get in touch with us via our email. It's lovelab@lovetalkshow.tv. And if you are interested in coming on the show and share your story, you are more than welcome. All you need to do is to visit our website, lovetalkshow.tv, and there is a little section up there, and you can get in touch with us, and we will let you know what's going to happen next. And we are happy to always, sorry to interrupt you before you go on, to always help you with any questions, any doubts you may have. Maybe you're struggling with anything to do with your relationship, you can email us, okay? We will personally take time to reply to you.
And actually, I just wanted to say that we update the Facebook page of Love Talk ourselves. We do that ourselves. We take time to reply to messages, so feel free to contact us. Now, although we were saying earlier that this new, I will call it new trend, because it's something that sort of almost disappeared and now came back. I remember in the time of my grandparents, this was very popular, right? You would wait for the wedding night to finally get to know your wife, to get the prize. Exactly, that's perfect. Yes, perfect analogy.
True.
And that sort of fizzled out and disappeared almost, at least here in UK and in most Western countries. And it seems like somehow this is making a comeback. Don't ask me
this
why.
This might be a sign. I'll tell you why. Maybe why. The reason why, it's because it might not be working with most people. Even when we sit down with couples and singles, and you know, we listen to their story, they come to us and we try to help them with different issues. Many of them, they say, what do they say? Oh, I gave all of myself to this person, that they only met, for a month or 2. They thought they fell in love, that was love, and then the person just left. So, you know, depending on the situation, actually, the viewers at home, you know our opinion. I mean, we decided to wait, but it's a personal choice, really. So maybe it's not working for many people. That's why they came up with this one.
Now, what does this have to do with a car, right? I want to tell you after the break what a car has to do with this subject. You might think that it has nothing to do with it, but I'm going to let you in a little secret. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. Now, I said earlier that this topic actually has to do with the car, and I want to tell you why.
I want to hear that.
You don't know, do you?
No,
I'm going to explain it to everyone. A friend of mine contacted a car company, a very prestigious car company or car manufacturer a few months ago, and he asked for a test drive of their vehicles, one of their vehicles, and he was refused a test drive. And the reason he was given, it's not because he wasn't good enough to drive the cars, or you know, because he wasn't old enough to drive the cars, or because of his license. The reason was very simple, is that according to them, their cars don't need to be test driven. They are so good that you don't need to test drive the car. They said, look, we are so confident in our product that you'll like our car, that you come to the showroom, you have a look at it, you can sit down in the car, but you don't test drive the car. Actually, they said it costs us money to put someone in the car and drive it off with you, right? And I thought that this is a very important analogy. It's very interesting because you know, that's how confident someone is that the product they have is so special, so
That's what I was going to say. Don't you want that car now?
Well, I can't afford it, but yes,
No, but when you hear something like this, doesn't it make you want to have the car?
It sounds like something exclusive.
And special, wow. So imagine if us ladies, well, not me anymore, I'm off the market, you know, but maybe you single if you do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, can I quickly quote another, well, I have another quote from another celebrity, someone called Donny Osmond. He's a singer, dancer, radio talk. He's a host at a radio talk show. And he said this, because he also waited. I was a virgin when I got married, and I would hope that my children, based on my beliefs and what I have taught them, would follow suit. So it did work for him too.
Absolutely. Now, we want to tell you a few reasons why this can be a good idea. And I just want to compare this with something before we do it, so that you don't think we are, you know, acting all high and mighty here. You know, it's like when you're trying to tell people or tell someone, listen, there's this new thing that you can try. Here's a reason why you should try it. And then you make up your own mind, right? So we want to give you a couple of reasons why this could be a good idea. And the first
from a man's
reason,
perspective, right?
I think in a general way, Elena, because, you know, I think you mentioned the thing of the woman a moment ago, but it's virtually the same. Okay. And I think it's important for people to understand that there are benefits to waiting, because, you know, if you really want to get to know someone, the physical part is important to a certain extent, but here's a benefit of waiting. It gives you more of an opportunity to get to know that person for who they really are. Because when you're looking at the person's character, their personality, their integrity, and these are the things that couples divorce about, that they argue about, right? It's lies, it's cheating, it's money. And it's not usually, people don't usually get divorced because, oh, you know, the sex was a problem, our intimacy was a problem. So if you put that to one side, it makes you more capable of looking at the person's character, integrity, before you get involved to the point where perhaps you can't put the brakes on anymore.
Very good point, actually. But just a question for you. I'm pretty sure that there's people at home right now sitting down and asking, okay, what about my situation? I have a boyfriend that keeps on saying to me, if you don't do this, if you don't give in, if you don't sleep with me, you don't love me. What should I do? So what would your advice be as a man then?
So you said, I have a boyfriend who's always saying, what about saying, I have a girlfriend? Because I think women
it works
also,
both ways.
It works both ways. And I have to tell you this, look, you know, it's very much your life, but I think that if someone respects you and if someone loves you and you are important to them, then they will not want to lose you for anything. Right? So if they have to wait, they will wait, because that's how special you are for them. If the person says, if I said to you, Lena, when I dated you, look, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not getting married to you, then it was my loss, it's not your loss, right? So don't think that you're losing or you're missing out on something. It's actually the person's loss is their problem. You have nothing to lose. I think another very important benefit as well is the issue of sexual health, right? Because how many people they have this idea that you need to give yourself away to someone before there is an actual commitment, and actually research shows that nowadays intimacy between two people starts very early on in the dating period, and that can cause problems with sexual health. That's also another issue for you to take into consideration.
And you know something else. Again, I mean, it's modern times, it's people changing, people are changing, you know, ways of living are changing, people are more and more free to choose how they want to live their lives, they don't want to get married, they live together. I mean, if it works for them, fine, but for example, something also very common that we hear a lot, and we can only speak about what we know, is many women, not so much men, because I usually advise women more, is what do I do? He doesn't want to marry me. He doesn't ask me to marry him. Everything seems to go so well. We live like a couple, a happy couple, we share everything, but he doesn't want to marry me. So one of the reasons why is because you are giving everything to him already. So, you know, because I know, James, there are many women, maybe for men, marriage doesn't mean anything, just means a piece of paper.
I don't think so. I think for men, I think that's the idea. I think that's the idea that many women have. Many women have, many women have the idea that men don't value marriage, and some don't. But the truth is, for example, I valued marriage, and I believe there are men who do. But also, it is your responsibility, woman, to make him value marriage, and you are the one who has the throttle and the brake at your feet. You make the call. And also vice versa, right? Men and women, because like we said, sometimes the pressure comes from the woman as well. So we wanted to give you some food for thought. We are going to meet our wonderful couple just now for the quiz. And although they're not married yet, they've only been dating for some time. We're going to see how they fared in the quiz. Have a look.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our weekly quiz. I have here with me a very nice couple, Emmanuel and Sandra. Hello guys.
Hi.
So I hear that you're getting married this week?
Yes. Yes.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
Show me your excitement. Good. Right. So I'm going to start with Emmanuel. Okay, not ladies first today.
Okay.
Today I'm going to ask Emmanuel 5 questions, and you too, Sandra. So please pay attention at the rules. You have only 10 seconds to answer, of course, with the correct answer. Are you ready? Let's see how well you know each other. So, Emmanuel, what's her favorite song?
Oh my.
10 seconds on the clock now.
Beneath You're Beautiful?
No.
No. Bella? No.
You're running out of time.
I've not. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Yep.
No.
That's it. No more time for you, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please. You know, you're going to marry this woman. You need to know about, Okay, what is she afraid of? What scares her? Think of something that she, I don't like, that she really doesn't like. Okay,
Insects.
10 seconds on the clock. Sorry, I forgot to say. Go.
Insects.
Very well. Okay. Next question. What's her favorite food?
Okay.
10 seconds on the clock now, please.
Okay. She's Nigerian, so I would say pounded yam.
No.
Ogusi.
No. Running out of time.
It's true.
No. Yeah, that's it for you, Manuel. She likes curry, mutton and rice.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yes, you should know that.
Something new.
Okay, 2 more for you.
Okay.
What's her favorite color? 10 seconds on the clock now, please.
Oh my. Brown.
That's it, that's correct.
Oh,
Okay, 2 correct answers so far out of 5. Okay, your last question is, where would you go on holiday if you could afford it?
Okay.
10 seconds on the clock.
Okay. America.
I mean, if she could afford it, sorry. No, not America.
Okay. Turkey.
No, it's a very, very...
Okay.
Think of sea, think of...
Egypt.
Yeah, you run out of time. Yeah, I'm seriously thinking of giving my guests 20 seconds instead of 10 because... But anyway, she said Hawaii.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
How could I not think of that?
Okay. Emmanuel, that's it for you now. Let's test Sandra. Sandra, are you ready, my dear?
Yes.
Really?
Ready.
Okay. So let's do this. You've got 10 seconds to answer each question. So you have to listen in quickly, Okay. What's his favorite song? 10 seconds now on the clock.
Bella.
No. Come on.
Michael Jackson.
No.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you've run out of time. I'm going to give you a little help here. It's called Emily Sunday.
Oh, Underneath You're Beautiful.
Well,
That was
now, Let's see. What is he most afraid of? What's he afraid of the most? 10 seconds on the clock now.
Not doing a good job.
No, let's think of something scary, not so much to do with work.
Snakes.
Very well. Which kind of snakes? Because he made sure he specified the snake. I'm just joking,
Okay.
Sandra. But I'll tell you his answer. He said anaconda.
Oh, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, ready for the next one? What's his favorite food? 10 seconds on the clock now.
Bacalhau. Bacalhau?
Very well.
I'm trying to pronounce it properly.
What's his favorite color? 10 seconds on the clock now.
Red?
No?
I don't think he has a favorite color.
Sandra?
I don't think he has a favorite color.
Of course he does. Yeah, you've
White.
run out of time.
What?
His favorite
White.
color is actually blue.
I was going to say blue actually.
Okay? And tell me, another question, last question. What's his best feature?
Ooh.
I mean, according to himself. Look,
Yeah.
I like this question. Let's see how confident. You've got 10 seconds now. Let's go. Last question.
His height.
No. Come on, Sandra, give me something here.
His hands.
No.
His mouth.
No. Yeah, you've run out of time. Anyway, I think this is a very difficult one.
Yes.
So his answer was eyebrows. Yeah, he likes his eyebrows. Anyway, I have to say that you guys, I don't know if people at home noticed, they are very well coordinated today. It's like they match the outfit and they didn't even agree on anything. No. But anyway, well, now that we know who the winner is, congratulations, Sandra.
I'm the winner.
Show me some excitement.
Oh, yes.
Now you are ready to get married.
Nice.
Listen, thank you very, very much for taking part. Sorry, Emmanuel, you only got 2 correct answers out of 5. You should know your lady a little bit better.
Yes,
okay? Anyway, we are going to get to know this lovely couple even more very shortly. Stay with us.
Well, welcome back, and I want to introduce to you now, although you've already met them through the quiz, this wonderful couple who, by the time you'll watch this show on Saturday, they will already be married. That's right, they're not married now, but they will be married in a few days. And we have here Emmanuel and Sandra. How are you guys?
Hi.
Hello again.
Hi.
Emmanuel, better known as Goliath.
Yes, yes. Very true.
How tall are you?
I think now I'm 6'8" now. So
What, are you still growing?
No, no.
Because he said no.
Finish.
Now 6'8". You're expecting to go to 7?
No.
6'8".
Too much.
Very
So-
tall, very tall.
How did they do in the quiz, Elena?
Well, she made it through the skin of her teeth, like the English say. But yeah, 2 wrong ones
So
out
3?
of 5. Yeah.
3 points,
And
2
2
points.
Yeah. But anyway, just we're getting to know each other.
So you guys are getting married on Saturday.
Yes, yes.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
How are the preparations going?
We're almost there. I've taken 2 days off work, so just to finish everything up. Yeah.
You're almost there,
Yeah.
and you're getting married in 3 days.
Yeah.
So
Almost there.
you better be there, right?
Yeah.
Now, the topic for today, it's actually something that has to do with you guys, because we've been talking about this new trend that is gaining momentum, where there are now a few people that are once again waiting for marriage before they have sex, before they sleep together. Now you guys did that, you're doing that, right? Why did you do that? I don't know, who wants to start?
I can start. For me, it was basically from the experience that I've had in the past, from what I've seen in the past. I didn't want to be in and out of a relationship and just test drive a relationship. I wanted to stick with someone that loved me and valued me for me, and not just wanted me for one thing. Because it's really upsetting when you think, okay, let me just test drive this and see if it will work in the future, and then he ends up breaking your heart or getting bored of you and you leave, and that's not something that I want or wanted to get myself into. I wanted to keep myself for someone who would value me.
Very smart.
The argument that a lot of people use is that, you know, two things. First of all, that you have to get to know the person on that level in terms of sleeping with the person, but also that is a way of sharing your love with the person. So why not do it early? So what is your answer to that?
I mean, there's no way of sharing your love early. You can share your love after as well, you know.
And in other ways, right?
Yes.
At this stage of your life.
It's good to know the person first, to really know the person before you get into anything, not just to jump in something. Because if you jump in something, for me personally, my opinion, I don't think there's any love in that, because that just seems like a test drive, like I said. But when you save yourself for that one person, it's like that's where the love, you know, expands and grows and becomes seen.
Okay. You guys have been dating for how long?
A year and a bit, yeah.
But I want to hear from Emmanuel.
Yes.
For the men at home. Hello. Give him a little, you know.
Yes.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
How was it for you waiting?
The whole waiting.
You still have 3 days to go. Huh? Just make sure I say that.
Yes. Because I come from a background of sort of womanizing, so that's the type of background that I come from.
So you used to be a womanizer?
Yeah, I used to be a womanizer. I used to go around different girls. That's me.
So you used to test drive the girls?
Yeah, like test drive, yeah.
That's a funny way of putting it.
That was me. I used to test drive various different women all the time. When I was with friends, when I was alone, always just be moving from next woman to another woman. And that's literally how I grew up, and of course that was an effect as well, because that's the household that I sort of came up with. My uncle, which I saw a sort of male figure in my life, he used to bring women home all the time, different women. Oh, this is your auntie, this is your auntie, this is your auntie. And of course, through seeing that as a young age, you start thinking that that's normal, and that's how sort of.
So what made you change?
What made me change?
What happened up here that you were like, maybe this is not the right thing?
It got to a point where it felt like there was literally no point of what I was doing. You just came to a conclusion, like it's not worth me giving something of myself to someone that I might not see the following day, I might not see next week or the next month. I prefer to give something to myself, to someone that I know I'm going to wake up next to every single day of my life.
But you were saying that you would sleep with these different girls and so on. And although the argument some people use is that you're sharing your love and you're getting to know the person, did you do that to share your love, or you did that to take advantage of someone or to fulfill a male need?
Because a man is different, right?
Yeah,
so
it's far from share love. I say share bodies, but far from share love. There's no love whatsoever in regards to that. No love whatsoever.
And you realized that what you were doing at that time was not beneficial for you.
Yeah, just to get to a point where even that you're doing what you're doing, but if you like you're saying, you don't feel no love. There's no connection between you two, apart from the physical connection. There's no emotional or intimate connection between the two of you. You know, so like I said, you start being void inside of yourself. You start doing what you're doing, but then you're not happy inside. You start feeling dirty and things like that. You know.
Okay. Now you guys said that you've been dating for over a year, but you know yourself longer than that.
Yes.
Okay. It's important that we say that, because some people say, well, so I'll just go and meet someone, date for a year, and get married. You guys have you were friends before that.
Yes. Almost 5 years we've known each other.
Almost 5 years.
Yeah.
So what made you take the plunge to want to date, for example, to want to date Emmanuel? What made you think that this could be the one?
Cause I like his character. Not like I love his character. He has a very nice character. He's a gentleman. He doesn't maltreat me. He doesn't disrespect me. He's always he's always lifting me up. And like, I don't want to just go home by myself. I want to go home.
It's easier for him to lift you up because he's very tall, right? But lift you up, to tell you that you can do things.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
achieve things.
All the time. There's different situations I go through, whether it be my financial life or different situations, and he's always there to build me up and say, oh, you can do it, Sandra, go ahead. And at the back of my mind, I always have his...
But you know something, I'm thinking about what you're saying, what he was saying at the beginning. And maybe if you had given him what he wanted, like if he was still thinking like he used to, he wouldn't be there for you, being so, you know, gentle with you and so caring, because it's like you said, there's no connection. But when you guys wait and you work on your relationship like you should do, you actually take that period called dating to get to know each other.
I think he even values me more because of that as well.
Definitely. Because she, like we said, because we've been waiting for almost 5 years. So of course, inevitably, it makes me value her even much more with everything. Just the whole, like for example, she knows our limits basically. So whenever you tried, no. Or whenever she tried, no. You know, just come down. Let's wait for the day.
All right. So we're going to hear from you again after the break, and I know that you come from two different backgrounds. I know in the beginning when you started dating there was a little bit of opposition from the families, right? And without going into details, we want to know about that, but we want to know, you know, how you dealt with that, because some people watching us now may, you know, sometimes you want to date someone who's from a different country, who may have a different family values, and it can be a problem. Right, so we want to know how you dealt with that. Okay, and actually, what they were saying about waiting, Lennon, makes the wedding that much more special.
Of course, you know, sometimes. Well, I'm not like against people who choose not to do that, but it's everyone's choice. But it's like you go to a wedding and then you know that they both kept each other for each other. Each other for each other. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, wow, after the wedding, it's their time alone to actually know each other in a different way. And it's like, let's celebrate our, you know, getting together and becoming one.
Exactly. And
whereas if you guys were already together before, it's like, okay, all right, what's the point of the white dress anyway?
Nothing new.
Although we have to say though, you know, if you are in a relationship and you've been with that person and you didn't wait for the day of the wedding, I mean, I think it's very important to wait for the day of the wedding, like Emmanuel and Sandra did. I think that's important. Actually, Elena and I, we did that. But it doesn't mean that everybody else who didn't wait is excluded from making a relationship work. You can make a relationship work. So please understand, we're not here judging anybody. We're just talking about the topic today, which is that there is a trend that is gaining momentum where celebrities are waiting for that time. Emmanuel and Sandra did that, and it seems to have worked for them. It worked for me and Elena.
Yeah, and it's a suggestion to those who are getting married soon.
And also there are things there that there are benefits to that, right? So we're going to come back after the break to discuss how Emmanuel and Sandra got to know each other, how they dealt with families opposing the relationship in the beginning, and what the expectations are for this wedding that will happen in just a few days' time. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So we've been having here very light-hearted chat with Emmanuel and Sandra. And guys, I want to find out, when you started dating, was it both families that didn't really take to that?
It was both families.
Why was that? Was it because of the different cultures? Was it why was the main reason for that?
The cultural difference was the main issue. He's Angolan, I'm Nigerian, so the culture was just a bit clash.
Very, very different, isn't it?
So how did you deal with that? How did you, because your families both now accept.
Yes, and very much so.
Do they just accept, or they're very happy for
that?
They're very happy, especially especially her family and her family. On my side, even though they were sort of resistant, but it's from Nigerian culture, it's a bit more prideful for them to sort of stick. No. He has to be Nigerian and that's it. But from my side, it was a bit more leniency, if I can say. There was that sort of resistance at the beginning, but more leniency.
So they both now, are they very happy that you guys are
very happy?
Anyway, it's quite late now, isn't it?
Yes,
they can't do anything. But what did you do to try to get your families to accept each other? Because this can be the case for a lot of people that are watching us in relationships.
Yeah, I guess the first thing that we sort of did was I had to understand that their family, even though they were saying what they were saying, they still had a point as well at the end of it, meaning that we don't actually know you that well enough for you to take our daughter outside our home.
There's always a bit of resistance, isn't it? There was a resistance from my dad as well.
Well, your dad was more than a resistance. One day we'll talk. Actually, can I talk about the story of your dad?
What are you gonna say?
You know, Elena's dad.
He's a lovely man.
Elena traveled to come and see me for a few days. And I called him and said, look, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for allowing your daughter to come and see me and spend a few days here. And he said, oh, I thought the airplane had crashed. Hey. I had hoped the airplane had crashed.
Oh my goodness. You're shocking the viewers. You know, it's because my dad
loves me now.
He's very protective, so he was like, you know, he didn't even want me to get married in the first place and be his daughter forever.
He loves me now. I'm his other son, right? So
it's like I prefer her to die than to leave me.
Yeah. So you said, what did you say you were doing? You were giving them a chance to get to know you?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So I gave them a chance to know me properly. So of course I held off for a bit and started going to her home more, speaking with her mother more, seeing her point of why she doesn't want this particular marriage to go forward. And then through that really and truly we started building our rapport more, and it was really, really good, really, really beneficial, because she started coming to my house more as well,
vice versa.
which you can speak about.
Yeah. What did you do? Did you try to be like the
best daughter-in-law? Yeah, I did. I was going to house all the time, just sitting there.
Learn how to cook and
not well.
You better.
No, I know how to cook.
I hear that in Poland they like their food.
Yes.
No, I know how to cook, but I was going to his house a lot, and in terms of my house, I was speaking about him a lot to my mother, which made a difference, just so that his name can stick in her mind. Yeah, so that's what we did, which was good.
And it's good as well, because they came to the realization as well, because the matter of fact was that she liked me. She liked me as a person, but the only thing she didn't like, I was Angolan.
Yeah.
So it was just a bit of a stigma.
Yeah. Right. So, but she came to the realization that it's him that she's gonna marry. She's marrying a good man, so we need to
not the Angolan passport.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think something important we learned from what you guys just said now is that it's important that if families have an issue with one of the the future husband or future wife, it's important that people take their time, don't force things, don't force or pressurize the family to accept who they are, or to accept the relationship. In due time, if you do things right, eventually they might, right?
And you will also come across people who never get over that, like the difference between the two of them, and they will just disagree. But then you have to understand that, this is a person chosen, and they are the ones getting married. And I know the parents will always try to help and listen. Their culture is very different. This is how they behave usually. This is what they like to eat and everything. But then again, it's you who chose, and that's going to make you happy. And one way or another, they will have to agree.
But it is important if the couple can, to get the families united, to get the families to accept the relationship, and not to force that to happen, but to let it happen naturally, right? So you guys are very young, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you your age, but you're very young. You're in your 20s, right? And you're getting married now. How was this period of dating where you had to wait? Was it difficult, or because you were focusing on getting to really know the person's character, you didn't put too much focus on that?
At first, it was we're focusing on the end goal, the target. So it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was difficult, but then as time went on, it became.
It gets hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it does get harder.
But then you focus some more, and then some more, and then you remember, hold on, it's
really focused.
This is the right thing to do. It's going to be a true celebration on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
We're making them really uncomfortable now. Like, what are these people talking about?
and actually, for example, Emmanuel, you have a very different background. And when I say background, not because of where you came from, but because you changed a lot before you met Sandra. Because before you met her, what kind of young man were you? What kind of things did you get up to?
I was getting involved in a lot of wrong activities. For example, I've been arrested. First time I ever got arrested, I was 12 years old. Second time I was 15. That was a sort of road that I was going down. Either I end up in prison or I get killed. One of the two. Because I was involved in gangs. Almost every area that I would go to, I knew people from various areas. Even now, sometimes when I'm just walking in the street, I'll see a lot of people that I know from my previous past. So I'll say, "Oh, how you doing? You're a long time." And then when I start explaining the change inside of me, they're like, "You," which is good.
Yeah, I'm really a different man now.
Yeah, I'm a different man now. And then on top of that, when I tell them I'm getting married, they say, "For real?"
He's like, "Wow, you do things right."
Yeah, like they start thinking to themselves, "Oh my, I got to start changing this."
Sandra, would you have chosen to date and marry him if he was still that same old person? Well, you got arrested for what exactly? Burglary. Yeah. Would you date and marry someone who was doing that?
No, imagine he steals my stuff.
And leaves you waiting on the altar, like, sorry.
I come back home, everything's gone.
And actually, you know, Elena, I hear a lot of people, because we deal with a lot of relationships, and we deal with a lot of people who say, look, my parents don't like my boyfriend, right? And sometimes there's a reason why they don't like the boyfriend. Because, for example, Emmanuel, if you were that kind of person still, there would be a very good reason for her mother not want you to marry her, right?
Probably wouldn't be.
Yes, and I think it's important that people understand that your family, for example, Sandra, your family had, and you, Emmanuel, they had that issue with accepting you guys, but they want the best for you, right? And families, sometimes they try to butt in, but usually the reasons are good. You just have to try to understand where they're coming from. The intentions are good. You have to try to understand where they're coming from and see if you can help them to understand the person who's with you.
But then that's when what they did comes in, and I think it was really wise of you to slowly get them used to the idea. Listen, this is Emmanuel. He's a different person. He's a very nice guy. This is how he treats me. Then they feel like, okay.
And on that note, it's also important for people to stop and think that if one person doesn't like this person you're about to get married, is one thing. If 10 people don't like him, that's a sign. Something must be wrong, right? Because one person, maybe they're just taking an issue with something silly. But if a lot of people say, look, there's something wrong with this guy, there's something wrong with this girl, it's better for you to try to stop a little bit and see.
And investigate.
Because usually, people say something to you because they care about you. So you might as well, just take a moment and listen if that could be the case.
But it wasn't the case, right? So,
no, it wasn't.
So guys, thank you so much for being on the show.
Indeed.
It's a pleasure.
We wish you all the best for your future.
And we shall invite you again in some time for you guys to come over and say if it was worth waiting.
But also to learn how your adapting period as a married couple is going.
We'll come back to you, okay?
That's great. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Indeed, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Now, we're not the owners of the truth in this program here. We're not saying that we are right about everything. Now, on this topic that we spoke about tonight, or today rather, it is a delicate subject. But there's a few things we want you to understand. Do you want to say something about it, Glenna?
Yes, I mean, not everything that you hear out there or your friends say is the right thing for you. For example, we spoke about our choices. We were very open with you. We also decided to wait. The same thing, because we're actually talking about it today, so we might just give our own example. It worked for us. And that made us it contributed a lot for us to have the marriage that we have today. Because there was respect involved and everything. And he had to really, wait. And I saw through that he really liked me. And it was it was serious about marrying me and everything. So it works for us. It worked for us. So maybe it can help you too.
And I think the most important thing is this. Your life is made of choices. And usually choices are like fashion. When something's in, then it's in, and everybody copies that fashion, right? Now, you following that fashion doesn't really mean that you're doing something good, because not all fashions are good. So we know that it's fashionable for couples to move in and out together, right? Sometimes they move in, sometimes they move out, then they move in with somebody else. So it's fashion. And remember, if life is all about choices, the only person that can make choices for your life is you. Don't let anybody choose for you. Don't follow trends. Don't follow fashion. See what is best for you. See what is beneficial for you. And then make your own choice. If it's not the same choice that 90% of the people around you are making, it's okay. Because guess what? It's your choice.
Indeed.
And if you are different, if you are 10% or you are 1 out of 100 making this choice, then that makes you unique, right? That makes you all the more special. So it's in your hands, and we hope that this program helped you to think. We didn't want to tell you what to do. We wanted to give you an option for you to think about and see what you wanted to do. Okay, it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Until next time, have a wonderful afternoon.